So the other day I logged in and my bank value went up by about 100 million GP. What happened? What is happening to the old school RuneScape economy? Because I'm sure as hell not making money at the tombs of a mascot. I thought about it for a second and we just had the bounty hunter update, so this is what affected the economy so much. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this market analysis video. Okay, so the first item I want to check out here is the Darok set for PvP, right? It's usually just trading about 3 million GP, and then when Bounty Hunter got announced, and then the day it came out, it went all the way up to almost 5 million GP, which is pretty crazy, but as you can see, it's just completely dropping now. Okay, so this is the super combat potions. As you can see, for the longest time, they're around 10,000 GP each, and look at this, they went all the way up to 15,000 GP. If we go to even just the past like month, for example, right? Yeah, 10,000 GP up to 15,000 GP. They literally fucking went up 50% like that quickly. Like, that's crazy. That's why my bank value went up by about 100 million, I think. Okay, so this is the Scythe. It was pretty low, man, like about 400 million GP, which is kind of crazy compared to some of the other hyper rares in the game. But it's been doing well. Like, it seemed to just be going up, and yeah, Bounty Hunter, I guess, actually made it drop a little bit, maybe, but yeah, it seems to steadily be growing, which is pretty crazy. In the past month, went from 470 million to 505 with a high of 516. This is another really shocking one, the Dragon Boots. You know, like, people use these all the time in combat. They're not super expensive, about 100, 120k each. Look at this spike. All the way up to 260,000 GP. And they're crashing again. But they're still, like, right now, they're still, like, double what they were. That's insane. So this is the Void Waker right here. If we look at, like, say, the year even for, I guess, the quarter for this, right? 230 million dropped, and then it's been going up and up and up. Did Bounty Hunter affect it? Yes, it did. It went from pretty much, like, where it was here, and it had a spike, almost 200 million GP, and it's slowly crashing again. Okay, let's look at the Bando's chestplate. It's usually around like 20 to 30 million in that range, but as you can see, we'll go to the past month of it, so 30 million, and it's dropped actually quite a bit. And it seems to slowly be going back up. Let's see the past year of it. It did have a high of 32 million, but yeah. Now, is the Torva plate body doing kind of the same thing? It seems to be anyways, has some spikes here and there. And let's see, so Bounty Hunter, I mean, it went up a little bit, but look at it's crashing a lot again. Is skilling still dead? So this is the Nature rune. This time last year, it was 183 GP, and it's literally just been crashing ever since. Went back up to about 120 each, don't know why, but it's continuing to crash. It's so sad, man, seeing it be this low of a price. Let's look at the past month of it, and as you can see, 97 down to 96, so it's slowly crashing. And this is the Blood rune. So this time last year, 386 GP. Let this sink in, okay? Had a high of 380. Yep, 386 was its high, and it's just been crashing ever since. Now, this is the crazy part. So you can actually sell these to Ali, an NPC in the game, for 200 coins each, and it somehow got lower than that, and it seems to just be crashing even more. So if you could buy like a ton of these for the exact 198, you would make a profit selling them to him. That is so sad. Okay, so this right here is the Twisted Bow, and it's actually just been going up, which is crazy. So this time last year was at 1 billion GP, and as you can see, it just continuously goes up, and it's about 1.4 billion GP now. Let's look at the past month of this one. Yeah, it didn't really change too much in the month. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess the Bounty Hunter update didn't really have too much of an effect on the Twisted Bow, but it just continues to go up over time because it's like literally the best weapon in the game. And is it going to be the exact same for the Shadow? So obviously when it first came out, so we'll just look at the past quarter for it. So 1.4 billion GP. Yeah, it seems like it's dropping a little bit, but it's still over 1 billion, which is crazy. It did drop quite a bit this month, actually, from almost 1.4 bill to 1.2 bill. That's pretty nuts. It dropped that much. Now, this is the Fang, the item that I've been spending, the past 2.5 months of my life trying to get, and I still do not have it, so it seems to just be dropping as well. We'll look at the past month. 35 million, dropping like crazy. Looks like a lot of people actually were selling this when Bounty Hunter came out, which is interesting, right? They wouldn't want their PVM items, and instead they'd want some stuff for PKing, right? I guess that's how the game works, but it seems to be going back up now. About 30 million GP, so it's still down 5 mil in a month. That's insane. This one makes me really sad because I bought the Grazai Rapier on my alt account for, I don't even know, it was like 90 million. I think it might even been 100 million, something like that. I thought I bought it at a really good price, but turns out that I didn't, and it continuously dropped. So yeah, I guess I would have probably bought it around here, 80 to 90 million GP. And look what's happened to it, man. Just continuously dropping. The past month went from 56 million down to 55. And again, when Bounty Hunter came out, this crashed even more. Dragon Bones really surprised me in the last video I made, how much of an increase that they had. So as you can see, like, they're usually about 2k each to 2 to 3k each in the past whole year. And the last time I made one of these videos, man, like, they were like 3k, 3.5k each, which is actually crazy. It's because of Desert Treasure 2 coming out, and there's going to be like new prayers, so I guess a bunch of people were stockpiling bones. But it looks like they're just crashing now from 2.8k down to 2.5k. I don't know if more people are in the wilderness or what's happening, or how many more people are killing dragons, but the demand for bones seems to be down. These are superior dragon bones, around like 11 to 12, 13k sometimes. And it seems like they're always kind of stabilized. And yep, they reached a high of 13,000. And now the demand, like I said, for bones is kind of dropping. And they're lower than they were at the start of last year. In the past month, again, just continuously crashing. I guess people already got their prayer level they needed. Okay, so Zamorak grapes, they kind of updated the Tithe farm within the past month, and basically Zamorak grapes are a lot easier to get now. So this is the past year. I don't know what these massive spikes are. I'm not sure what that is, but this time last year they were about 1,500 GP each, depending on the timing, and then now I guess right when the update maybe came out, I don't know the demand, whenever the update came out. But as you can see, even this month, 1,700 down to 1,200, just because I guess so many more are coming into the game now. Okay, so this is the enhanced crystal weapon seed used to make the Bofa. So if we look at the past year, 150 million, had a spike of 215 million. Basically, ever since then, it's just been crashing. A lot of people say this is to do with bots doing Corrupted Gauntlet, which is just crazy to think about. I can barely do it myself, and there's programs doing it. So anyways, even the past month, 100 million. Went below 100 million, even to 88 million. It seems to be going back up now, but that's sad to see, man. This is the Abyssal Whip, and this is actually really sad. So seeing a whip at 2 mil is sad to me, but look what happened throughout the year. It just kept crashing and crashing and crashing and crashing. The whip got to 1 million GP, and I guess Bounty Hunter made it go back to 1.6 million. That's pretty crazy. So if you look at the past month, a whip went from 1 million GP to a high of 2.3 million. When did Bounty Hunter come out? So Bounty Hunter came out here, the day that it started spiking. And I guess now they're starting to crash down again. Who knows if they will go back to 1 mil? It seems pretty hard to drop that much, but that's insane. Okay, these are super restores. So last year they were 15.7k, and currently they are about 10k. So they've dropped a crazy amount. Did Bounty Hunter have an effect on these at all? Maybe a little bit. So when did Bounty Hunter come out? Right here, they spiked to, it didn't really have too much of an effect, and it seems like 30, oh my god, yeah, they're even lower now. I'm assuming Ceradome and Bruise will be the exact same. So last year they were 7k. They are 9k now, so they went up a little bit, but they had a high this year of 11,000 GP. I'm not sure if that was because of raids or whatever, But let's check the past month. So it looks like, let's see, where Bounty Hunter came out, they did start raising a little bit. So they went from about 9.2 to 9.8, and now they're dropping again. Dragon Claws, let's see, last time this year 85 million, and right now they're 90, so they did increase a little bit. There's a huge spike there, but let's look at the last month of these. So 87 million to 88, so they didn't really change too much overall, and I'm assuming Bounty Hunter actually just made them crash. Not by much, but a little bit. Okay, so this is the Basilisk Jaw in order to make the face guard. So let's check the year. So 18 million, and now it's about 19, so not too much of an increase. Let's see. So at the start of this month, 22 million, and now they're down to 19. That's pretty insane. I didn't Bounty Hunter didn't seem to have too much of an effect on this item. I actually thought it would, but this one is super sad. This is the Toxic Blowpipe. Now, I always remembered these being about 4 million GP each, even sometimes 5 million GP. So last year, 4 million, it had a spike up to 6 million GP, and it just continuously crashing. And the past month even went from almost 3 million down to 2.5, which is just, it's so sad to see. Wonder what the scales look like. It almost looks exactly the same. That's kind of funny. So 200 GP each for a scale, a high of 300. And now they're, oh my god, they're so cheap now. 117 GP each. And the quarter, they're just dropping. That is crazy, dude. Even the past month, 140 GP to, oh my god. If you have a new account, it's just cheap as hell to use the Toxic Blowpipe. It's such a good weapon, too. I always like to end it off with the Oldschool Runescape Bond. This fluctuates quite a bit with different updates. As you can see, the graph kind of goes like up, down, up, down, up, down. So last year, 6 million. It should be a lot more now, but it looks like it's only about 6.7 million. Did have a few highs this year of 7 million. Let's go to the past month for a bond. 7 mil, and it looks like it's actually going up again, almost to 8 million GP, which is good to see. Maybe it's because more players are getting into the game, they want to check out some of the newer updates, but the bond should realistically always be going up over time. Like if we go to the year, it should always be higher, right? But yeah, that's the Oldschool Runescape market. Well, I figured out the mysterious money being added into my bank account. I have a lot of the super combat potions, and a lot of the items that had a huge effect on them, I don't have those items, right? So all the items that went up a lot, I actually have, and the items that went and crashed a lot, I don't have a lot of them. So my bank value went up, so I mean that's always good, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you went ahead and watched the whole video, as always, comment tuna down in the comments below. Appreciate it as always. Thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.